Welcome to The God Vibe. This is a space where you remember what's already true inside of you. You remember the truth of the power and presence of love within. I'm Mazanke, and what I do is help people return to clarity, peace, and power, not by pushing harder, but by coming back into alignment with God. If you've been overthinking, forcing outcomes, or feeling disconnected, you're in the right place. Let's get you back into the God vibe. Hi, welcome to the podcast. Today we have a really special guest. This is my friend Austin Freeman. And Austin is actually in the Chicago area from Utah. And so Austin graciously offered his guest appearance here on the podcast so that we could first have a chat, and then we're going to do an emotional discovery process. Now, Austin, welcome, but I do want to ask you, have we talked, other than you said that you have a block, but have we talked anything about what's coming up for you? Okay.
No, nothing.
I have no idea. I never know what's going to come up, but I'm really excited to dive in. So first, what I wanted to talk to Austin about with all of you is the use of your intuition in getting results in your life, particularly business or work-related results. One of Austin's greatest gifts that he has is the ability to listen to his internal guidance system and what that is about and what that looks and feels like for him, and then take action on that internal guidance system. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about that, and then we're going to dive into our emotional discovery process, okay? So here we go, Austin. Give us one example of something recent that has happened with you where your intuition gave you a nudge. We just had a conversation about so many things, about your copper bracelet and all the things, but really cool stuff. But tell us about how you started listening to your intuition, your internal guidance system, and what it has done for you.
Yeah, so recently, if I would say recently, I started a new venture where some buddies of mine from Utah own a solar company in Illinois, of all places where you're at, which is so cool.
Yeah.
And so through that venture, I had no idea, but I knew that there was some need for me to get back into the roofing industry because I was in the event space for a while. And so getting back into the roofing industry, I knew that there was some pull towards it. And so I was like, I'm just gonna follow it and see where it goes. I texted my buddy and said, hey, I wanna get back in the roofing industry. And he's like, funny enough, we just are starting a roofing company and we need somebody that is an expert in the field that can go through and basically just get us going with roofing. And so through that is where I found that there was a need for me to come out to Illinois to get licensed through the state of Illinois, because they have a roofing license specifically to the state that I have to come and test for. And so through that whole process of knowing, I was very nervous because I don't like being away from my family, my kids, my wife and my kids. And so I was like, you know what? There was something inside of me that just said, you need to be there, you need to be there. And so through all the scared feelings, fearful feelings, everything that I felt, it was like, you need to be in Illinois. And so I felt it very strongly. I usually feel things in my stomach very strongly. And so within my stomach, I just felt like this is right. This is what I need to do. And through all the fear, it's gotten me to come to Illinois and be here for about 8 days. And that was a very strong intuition I felt. I knew exactly like, okay, you need to be in Illinois, follow this feeling, and don't allow your fears to get in the way of what your intuition is telling you. And so everything that I see, no matter what, the event space company that I was running with, our two best friends, me and my wife, with our two best friends. That event space company is called Freedom Golf. And so the moment that I walk into the class that I'm taking for the roofing license, right to my right is Freedom Title. And so it was like, there's these things, and then the hotel that I got, there's an arena right next to it, and it's a volleyball arena. It's an arena, but there was volleyball matches going on. And so my wife is a volleyball coach as well. And so there's just these little things that keep telling me on the way, you are where you're supposed to be. And I listen to those things and I see those things and notice them, because it's a confirmation to my intuition saying, your intuition was right. You are where you are supposed to be.
Well, that leads me to another question, Austin, about signs. And we get signs from the universe or signs from God all the time. Like, we get them every single day. People just don't listen to them, or they don't notice them as signs. But what's really great about you is that you're saying, hey, here's this sign. It's got freedom. You ran this event space called Freedom Golf. And so there's a freedom sign. There's volleyball. I know your wife, Kaylee, is a well-known volleyball coach in your area in Utah, and she's really gifted, a gifted player who then now is a coach. And so clearly you're getting signs. And I know that when I contacted you, I said, hey, when are you coming out? Where are you going to be? And he told me where his hotel was. And I said, you're about 20 minutes from where I am. So this might work out really well, Austin. Like, let's get together. So we got together several nights ago. And then I said, hey, why don't you come? And since you're here, why don't you come and let's do an emotional discovery process together. So is there anything else that you want to share with our listeners to talk about, like listening to that still small voice within? Like, any tips besides like having the confirmations, but what else can you share about the importance of them trusting themselves and taking action on their intuition?
Yeah, the one thing that I use as an everyday practice is I have like severe ADHD. Like, my mind is just running constantly. And so I'll get a lot of thoughts that pop in and pop out. Like, I'm just constantly thinking. And so one practice that I use to know if that thought aligns with my intuition is I'll take a minute and I'll close my eyes and I'll put my hand over my heart, and I'll just sit as quietly and as still as I can, and I'll just say, is this for me? Is this for me? Until I feel it. And if it's a feeling of like, yes, it's expansive, then I don't question it and I just go do it. If it is more of a not disconnected feeling, but not as expansive, then I know, okay, that's just a thought. We can move to the next thing and keep going.
Great.
And that's just a practice that I'll use so that I can align my intuition with my thoughts, so that it's not like a constant where usually if I act on every single thought, I never finish a task because I'm constantly like, move to the next thing, move to the next thing, move to the next thing. So that's how I am able to align myself with my intuition. That's
such a great tip that Austin is sharing, and one that you can use to build trust within yourself, which is this for me? And then just see how your body responds, right? Like, you see if that response is an expansive or an openness that you feel, if it is aligned or not. Really great, easy way to check in for our listeners. So here you go, big takeaway for the listeners. Thank you for sharing that, Austin. Yeah, great. And I know Austin has so many other confirmations in ways in which you use your intuition, and it is such a gift for you. So I just want to invite all of our listeners to really get still and listen to that still small voice within. Let's move into the emotional discovery process, which, by the way, Austin and I have known each other for a number of years. In the first roofing business that he was involved in, I did some group coaching with the executives there, and that's how I met Austin. And now, we've expanded our relationship out to his family and his parents, and we have a great relationship. And it's just great to see you and great to have you here. But also, I know that your love for being able to really process through your emotions is one of your greatest things that you love to do. And as such, because of that, Austin has been gracious enough to come onto the podcast to say, yeah, I will do this. I will do this for the purpose of not only healing myself, but to share it with others. So again, I appreciate your vulnerability here today as well. So I know you had mentioned that you're feeling some type of block in your stomach. We did talk a little bit about what is coming up, and you just said, I don't know, there's just a block for you in your stomach and you can just feel it. Mm-hmm. So is that what you want to focus on today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So how we're going to do this, I'm going to do it like I do with every single client. I am going to invite Austin to close his eyes. It's a closed eye process, and I will walk you through, as you know, I'll walk you through this process so that we can see what comes up. I never know. It's always an adventure for me, so I never know what's going to come up. So are you comfortable closing your eyes? Okay. Yeah. So we're going to start with our abundance activation breath work, inhaling through your nose for 4, holding your breath for 4, and exhaling gently like you're blowing out a straw for 4. The entire time, Austin, I want you to think of things that you're grateful for and things that you're proud of. So let's inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your eyes closed, Austin. Bring all of your awareness to the physical sensation inside your body. For the purpose of energetic coherence, state out loud one thing that you're grateful for and one thing that you're proud of.
I'm grateful for my wife and my kids.
And one thing that you're proud of?
I'm proud of myself for facing my fears.
Okay, let me reflect this back to you. I am grateful for my wife and my kids, and I'm proud of myself for facing my fears. Tell me what you notice you feel physically inside your body.
I feel 2 things. I feel a warmth in the back of my neck, like up to my ears.
Okay.
And then I also feel like a pressure in my chest.
Okay. Great, thank you. When you feel the warmth and when you feel the pressure in your chest, which feeling is more prevalent for you, Austin?
The pressure in my chest.
Okay, got it. Thank you for sharing. So what I want you to do is I want you to bring all of your awareness to that pressure in your chest. Just take your awareness and bring it all to that pressure feeling in your chest. And I want to also ask you to invite a guide or a mentor to be with you. This guide is not someone who is physically present on Earth right now. So this guide can be a relative who has passed. It can be a hero that you feel deeply connected to. It can be a spiritual figure that you admire, but it is someone who's physically not present here on Earth. Who is your guide or mentor today?
It's my great-grandma.
Great grandma. Okay. Does she have a name that you would like to refer to, or just great grandma?
It's just great grandma.
Great grandma. Okay. Okay. So I want you to take your great grandma and I want you to sit in the area where you feel the greatest pressure in your chest. And can you describe the area and the feeling to me?
It's a stabbing feeling in my heart.
Stabbing in the heart. Okay. And I want you to just take a deep breath and know that we're going to just be in observation of this stabbing in your heart. I want you to imagine you and your great grandmother are just watching this from a screen. Okay. And I can see that it's bringing some emotion forward. Yes? Yeah. Okay. So let me give that to you. Yep. Okay. So I want you to just observe. We're going to watch the movie play out with your great grandmother. Sit in the seats, put this scene, whatever is the stabbing in your heart feeling, I want you to put it on the movie screen and just be in observation, knowing that your great grandmother is there to keep you very safe and protected. Okay? Now, with the help of your great grandmother, watch it, observe it. If there is an emotion that is associated with the stabbing in your heart, what is the emotion that is present here? It's the first thing that comes to mind.
Deep sadness.
Deep sadness. Okay. You're doing great. And I want you to just know, keep breathing, and know that your grandmother is there to keep you safe, Austin. Okay? Okay. So what I want you to do with the help of your grandmother, with this stabbing pain in your heart that holds deep sadness, I want you to take you and your grandmother, she's keeping you safe, and I want you to stand right up into that stabbing pain in your heart, okay? And I want you to give yourself permission to feel it, okay? And you know you're safe, and know you can just observe. You don't have to go through any difficulty or pain, okay? You okay? Okay. Now, what I want you to do, keeping your eyes closed, Austin, what I want you to do is I want to ask a specific question. With your eyes closed, I want you to look straight down at your feet and tell me what you're wearing on your feet and on your legs and how old you feel yourself to be, okay? This deep sadness, when have I felt like this before? And when you look straight down at your feet, knowing you're safe in the presence of your grandmother, tell me what scene is starting to show itself on the movie screen. What are you noticing, Austin? What are you noticing?
I'm 8 years old and I'm at my baptism.
Okay. You're 8 years old and at your baptism.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the sadness that you're feeling in your heart?
I'm not sure.
Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to put that 8-year-old up on the movie screen, and your great grandmother is going to help you to reveal or get clear about what is feeling so sad about you as an 8-year-old going through your baptism. On the count of 3, we're going to push the play button and let this kind of play itself out. 1, 2, 3. And let grandma press the button and play the scene. And what is coming up, Austin, that is making you feel this deep sadness in your heart?
It has to do with my grandma.
Not your great grandma,
No,
but your grandma.
My grandma.
Okay.
My grandma was she was giving like a talk in front of everybody.
At the baptism.
Yeah, at the baptism to me.
And what else is playing out here for you?
She gave me like a new pair of church shoes.
Okay. And what is there something sad about the church shoes, or is there something sad about what she said in her talk?
It has to do with my grandma. I'm not sure.
Okay. So there's something that you feel a deep sadness about grandma. Are you feeling your own sadness, or are you feeling grandma's sadness?
I'm feeling my grandma's sadness.
Yeah, you're picking up on something that grandma was feeling. Yeah, okay. So let's take a big deep breath together and know that it is not your responsibility to feel and process your grandma's sadness for her, okay? So what I want to do is I want to invite into your heart, where that stabbing feeling in your heart is, I want you to invite your great-grandma, your grandma, and the 8-year-old you, and build a campfire right there in your heart. Because we want to let this go, okay? And we want to let it go in a really empowered way so that you don't feel responsible for your great-grandmother's sadness, okay? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're at the campfire, you have your great-grandmother, your grandmother, the 8-year-old you, and the present day you, who is just very much aware that everything is safe and that the 8-year-old you is totally safe. And you are there to protect that inner child, that 8-year-old you of yours, okay? So now we don't have to know what is going on with your grandmother's sadness. We just know that it's not your responsibility. You, for some reason, gave yourself the belief that you would have to take on that sadness for her, maybe because you thought, hey, this is so deep that she can't process it herself. And you, as a very precocious 8-year-old, probably said, hey, I will take it on for her. So what I want you to do is I want you to, in your mind's eye, keeping your eyes closed, imagine that you're taking that deep stabbing pain in your heart and you're actually emptying it out at the campfire. And I want you to just breathe through the sadness in your heart and imagine your great-grandmother, your grandmother, and the present day you are all helping and supporting you, just allowing you to release this deep sadness from your heart. Because this is not yours. You took it on by error or accident because you believed that you needed to do something and you don't. You don't need to take responsibility for anyone else's emotions. Okay? Keep breathing and keep releasing that until you feel it's complete. And when it's complete, just let me know that you are complete. I want you to just keep coming back and breathing and releasing. Good job.
Okay.
Okay. So I want you to go into that stabbing heart that you felt in the past in your heart. And I want you to walk around and tell me what you notice there now.
It's like a tingling sensation is what I notice.
Okay. And is the tingling sensation something that feels warm and open, or does it feel tight and closed?
It still feels tight and closed.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want you to have a conversation with your grandmother. Okay. And your great grandmother is there to support you, but I want you to have a conversation with your grandmother. And I want you, as an 8-year-old, to tell her whatever is here, that you are letting that all go now and not taking it on, taking that responsibility for her emotions. You're not taking that on anymore. So can you speak to her from the 8-year-old you that felt that deep sadness in your heart, that stabbing pain in your heart? Let her know what that feels like. And you can say it out loud, please.
Grandma, I'm not sure what you're dealing with or what you're going through. I'm sorry that you have to feel this pain.
Mm-hmm.
And just know that I love you. I love you so much so that I've held this pain for so long. Because I didn't want you to have to feel the pain alone.
And Austin, if your grandmother could respond not from her personality, but from a deeper, more connected space inside of her, what would she say to you?
I love you. Don't ever feel the responsibility to take on others' pain. Because you have such a big heart. And you want others to always know that you love them. But don't worry, because they will always feel the love that you have for them.
Take a breath. Check in and tell me what you noticed in your heart now.
It feels clear.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you, even though you cannot be responsible for taking on someone else's emotions, even though you did that because your heart is so big, Austin, would you be willing to utterly and completely forgive yourself for taking that on as a precious little 8-year-old boy?
My initial response that came up was protection.
Yeah.
It was like immediately like, I've got to protect those that I love. In order to protect them, let me rephrase it. In order to protect them, I have to be the one to remove the emotional pain that's caused either in the right now, in the past, or the future.
Yeah.
Or else I don't have a purpose.
I see. So there's a belief here, there's an underlying belief here that says that you are the one to carry emotions because that's your purpose here on earth.
Yeah.
And in that belief, Austin, in that belief, what is implied underneath? So in other words, when you are saying, I must be the one to carry everyone else's emotion, what is the what are you implying about their ability to handle their own emotions?
They can't do it themselves. Like, I've got to do it for them.
Yeah. And is that true?
No.
What's the truth? Yeah. Yeah. What's the truth here?
The truth is,
Yeah.
each person has their own responsibility to regulate their emotions.
Yeah. Wow. We've been talking a lot today about self-regulation and not knowing that this is what was going to come up. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so are you seeing how all of this is tied together in your life?
Uh-huh.
What is your truth about you carrying other people's emotions now in this new, totally self-aware space?
That they are responsible for themselves.
Yeah.
And their emotions.
Yeah. Yeah. So now what I want you to do is I want you to go into your heart as the present day you. And I want you to look to that 8-year-old you. And I want you to tell the 8-year-old you what you can offer to him as the present day you with this new awareness.
Okay.
Okay. So can you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Are you willing to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just, I said, "What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
I love you." And you don't gotta take on other people's shit. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just live your life. Open your heart to others, but know that they're responsible for their own emotions.
Yeah.
And you can't regulate those emotions for them. Allow them to do it because that's what they're here to learn.
Wow. I'm sure you can support them in their emotional state, but by doing so, you don't want to take their power away and imply that they are less than you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all are here with our own power to really self-regulate whatever is coming up in the moment for us.
Yeah, because I used to have that issue in the past where I don't know how to give emotional support without taking that problem that that person has and making it mine.
Yeah.
And so it was very difficult for me to just have a conversation and hear them out without allowing them to regulate their emotion by themselves. It was almost like I had to talk them through it and get them through it right then and there without giving them time to heal. It was like I needed to fix the issue right as it came up.
Yeah. And now with your new level of self-awareness, since you went into your heart and were able to find the stored emotion, now what is true for you?
Learning to love the empathetic part of me and knowing that the emotional support is welcome and that not to take that emotion that that person is feeling and make it mine.
Okay. Can you make that agreement with the 8-year-old you?
Yes.
Can you make that agreement with the present day you?
Yes.
And can you begin to check in with yourself so that you can say, if this is not mine, I leave it with each person and will be guided to lovingly support them in whatever way feels appropriate in the moment. Okay. I want you to take your grandmother and your great-grandmother and walk around that area in your heart and tell me what you notice now.
Forgiveness.
What does forgiveness feel like in your heart?
Like a tingling sensation.
And is it an expansive tingling?
Yeah.
An open one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's expansive.
Okay. I want you to turn to your grandmother and give her thanks for showing you what is not necessary for you to carry anymore. Since you were 8, that's been a long time since you've been carrying that load for yourself. And let her go into the campfire with the prayer that she has forgiven herself fully and completely. And I also want you to walk around the area with your great-grandmother. And if your great-grandmother can offer you any advice, what would she tell you here and now?
Trust your intuition.
Wow. Okay. Lots of full circle moments for us today. Yeah. I want you to give your great-grandma a hug and tell her thank you for being with you today, and let her go off. And I want you to really just allow yourself, that 8-year-old you, to grow up to be the you now, with the decision that you no longer have to carry anyone else's emotions, that is their responsibility, and with the decision that says, I can be guided by my intuition to fully support them, even if it just means saying nothing and just holding space for them. Okay? And let that 8-year-old you, with the new level of awareness, grow up to be the you now, fully integrated with this forgiveness in your heart. And tell me now, how does your heart feel? Is there any stabbing there?
Feels full.
It feels full. Great. So when all parts of you are fully integrated, ready to carry this healing of forgiveness fully itself, where your heart is full, your heart is open, your heart is receptive to receiving love. When all parts of you are fully integrated, you can wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes and open your eyes. All right. Thank you. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you.
That was really good.
We never know what's going to happen. That was really great. Great. Give us one quick insight from what you gained here today.
The biggest thing that I feel, especially with intuition, is allowing myself to sit in the pain temporarily in order to heal it. In the past, I've had a very difficult time sitting in the pain, allowing myself to sit in the pain, because my mind wants to run to something else and be like, don't do this, you don't need to be here, let's keep you in a safe space. And so every time I do it, there's just this, it's like the plucking, that one time when you told me, it's like plucking those weeds. And every time you pluck that weed, you don't have to worry about that pain. There can be similar pains that come up, but that specific pain that my subconscious has stored for so long. And I feel like there's, allowing myself to sit in that pain temporarily to heal. Yeah. What I want to share about any kind of emotion, in this case, it was very deep sadness that wasn't even yours. You believed that it was your responsibility to take it on as an 8-year-old. Can you imagine how many children are out there feeling that way? I'm sure plenty of them. A lot, I'm sure. They feel like it's their responsibility to help and support their loved ones around them. And we want to give those children permission to not have to take that responsibility for others' pain. I certainly did when I was a young child too. I felt everybody's pain, but in addition to noticing it, the idea of just being in it for several breaths, and it really only takes
anywhere between 90 seconds and 3 minutes to allow yourself permission to feel the pain. Even though we were watching it on the movie screen, you were kind of feeling it and breathing through it, is the way to begin to gain the insights of what this is trying to tell you. And that's what we wanted to do today. And thank you so much for your vulnerability, your trust in me, and thank you for sharing with our audience this deep, deep healing. And look, I mean, if we can look at Austin now, like,
Yeah.
I mean, the tears were flowing.
lighter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely looked like just, you let go of, kind of like
Years and years.
yeah, like 100-pound boulder on your
Yeah.
shoulders, right? Or in this case, in your heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thank
just,
you.
yeah, you're welcome. Look at him. I mean, he's smiling and he's much lighter now. And that is the power of someone having the courage like you to go through an emotional discovery process.
Yeah.
Great job.
Well,
thank
you for providing
Thank
it.
you.
I appreciate you
Yeah.
so much.
I appreciate you too. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening. If something in this episode landed for you, just notice that. You don't need to rush to fix anything. Awareness is where everything begins. And if you're ready to go deeper, not just hearing this, but actually living it, I offer a few ways to work together. You can find those in the show notes. Until next time, stay connected to your body, trust what you feel, and come back to the God vibe.